City, city, the honky-tonk city. Wow, it's really crummy here.
So like this level starts off like Batman, and then by the time you're done, it's Superman.
Da, da, I am the Mario.
The
You get
mayor's
to
gonna
see-
have my ass for this.
You get to see both comic book New York City archetypes in one level. It's like
It's like, where's the
It's like-
where's the Mario symbol?
it's like fucking Freeze Flame Galaxy.
So wait, so if Mario's
Mario,
Batman,
Mario jumps out the
who's
guardrail.
Alfred?
It is impressive the rain graphics though. You know.
The water does look nice. And the
I think it looks about the same as the 3D world.
Yeah.
Water effects.
what's 3D World?
You're right.
Oh, you! I haven't seen you in like 15 years.
Oh, she's treating
There's
him
kinda-
just
there's-
like an ex, though. Would it's just like I don't
Yeah,
have
I know.
time
It's
to
like
talk
I was
to you right now.
I was picking. I was finally excited to get to this part of the game, and I'm talking to her, and like
Pauline
she's
acts
concerned
like
about
she doesn't
she's
know
concerned
you.
about the city, but she also doesn't like. Yeah, she doesn't act like she actually doesn't know.
I
me.
saved you 30 years ago.
I mean, like the
Oh,
game,
30 years ago, and you still want me to be thankful? Okay, Mario,
Like-
whatever.
like the game makes references to Donkey Kong, but also acts like it never happened. So I'm confused.
No, I think that she's just an ex and is just not really pleased to see Mario. You're just like, oh, what do you want?
She's like really she's like really friendly toward you after you start helping her out, but she's also not like friendly in a way that suggests
Like, hey, Mario.
that she knows you.
There is a side quest. Did you do the side quest later where you have to find her the purse? Because
Yeah.
she does talk about how she's grown a lot since those old days and things like that. And stuff
Where we got
like
the
that.
purse for her in that game too.
Yeah, because you can, because the thing is to find her the birthday present she wants, and you can find her the purse, the umbrella, or the, there's one other one. It's the other pickup from Donkey Kong, basically, and you get her the purse because you're supposed to listen to what people are talking about in the city for what she wants, basically. So it's really cool. I think, I love.
I got
Pauline
you
in
the
this game.
greatest gift of all: an appearance in a new game.
and not
Think
and
of
one
all the
that
money
people
you're going to make me.
and one that people care about too. For the record, these fly enemies are absolutely disgusting. I hate them.
They're from Mario Brothers, so.
Yeah, but I cannot stand maggots. They are ugh.
But they're so cute. Don't you want a plushie?
No.
I can't stand maggots either, but that's because like whenever they are on something, the smell is
Okay.
unbearable.
So when I was a kid, like I think 8 years old, I was at my aunt's place near the beach, and they were
You were
like,
kidnapped by a giant maggot.
well, and they were like, "Hey Ted, take out the trash," and I was like, "Sure." So I go to the dumpster to put the trash in there. I open the lid. The entire trash can is just covered in maggots, and it scarred me for life.
yeah, I think we've all had a experience like that in some shape or form.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it makes you irrationally afraid of something that other people is just like, "Why are you afraid of cabbages?" And it's like a cabbage killed my mother.
Like cabbages.
Yeah, it's like a giant cabbage with a knife.
Okay, so great thing. The posters with about the wedding, you can throw your hat at them to get coins.
So
Well, a coin.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Every
Suddenly
other-
I'm having flashbacks to In Dragnet from Gex 2.
so every other kingdom, Bowser's looking for something there, and this one, I guess he's just advertising that it exists. It's like, okay, my wedding's coming up. It's on the moon. You're all invited. I don't know how you're going to be able to afford to get to the moon, but
Well, you know, you could always just hit up that space shuttle that Vincent Brooks took at the end of Catherine.
I was thinking the same. Actually,
Even people don't go. Think of all the media attention it'll get.
it'll increase Bowser brand awareness by so much.
This YouTube Red revenue is going to be top market.
People get YouTube Red.
I'm subscribed to YouTube Red. It's like the only way to support people that get demonetized.
Oh, good point. I didn't actually think of that.
And not for nothing, I do like that you can listen to music off.
Oh,
like,
okay.
the
So
app
these
on
are
the phone.
where the purple coins I missed, like the last ones I missed, were. A lot
Yeah,
of stuff doesn't.
I'm really annoyed because stuff doesn't spawn until you beat the boss in this kingdom.
Yeah. So you really are just better off running to the boss ASAP, and then you can.
Yep, the store's open.
Yeah, I didn't know that at the time, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. generally speaking, everything opens up after you complete all of the main story stuff, so it really is a good idea to just power through the story stuff and then do your exploring.
I don't
I
think
hate
there
my
are
crummy
enough.
customer service job.
I think this
They
is
don't-
one of the only story bosses you have to fight, because I don't think there are enough moons scattered around otherwise in the kingdom until after you beat him.
Oh, I'm gonna look so dapper. Oh, I love I think it's him or like the purple one, who if you kind of slow it down, it sounds like they're saying "I want to die."
Hey man, that's retail for you.
Yeah,
So you come here on the day of my princess's wedding.
and ask me for a favor.
Man, even
I gotta
the
say,
even
this
the
is how fucked
tanks
up our
are.
society is. I gotta say, it's how fucked up our fucking society is in terms of memes. I thought Ted was referencing the Captain America thing for a second, but no, it's a Godfather reference. So now I got fucking Don Coolio and the Captain
Okay, so
America.
now I have to. But here's the thing, though, is now that I have to make that meme with a paint job
Captain America.
edit of
Captain
of
America.
the, of the
So you
Godfather.
come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Okay, hold on. I'm actually doing that right now. Hold on a moment.
You're welcome, by the way. I want full royalties.
Everyone on Ted's Twitter timeline will be very confused until this goes up.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, BSC behind the scenes.
and then months later, once we have this video actually go up on YouTube, you guys can figure out the day when we uploaded this.
So like The Godfather. Ever since watching the Lost in Adaptation video on it, I've wanted to watch the movie, but you know, I have this neurotic compulsion to read the book first. So I bought the book on Kindle and realized it's a hard book. it's not going to be an easy one to read.
Well, even then, if you're gonna watch the movie, like the first Godfather movie, put subtitles on because
You can't understand
Yes.
Marlon Brando.
Yes.
you cannot understand Marlon Brando without him.
Like, I know that it's a joke to make fun of it, but you actually cannot understand him.
Hi,
So,
Joey.
eh.
You got a clue.
Is that because he's speaking in a foreign language, or is he just one of those people?
He's
who talk-
mumbling.
He mumbles like this, and it's really hard to understand what he's
I love
talking
my
about.
Odyssey.
One of those.
Where's the monkey? I want to see the pet monkey.
Like, every other character's fine, and actually, he's not even in the movie for that long. Spoilers.
I have a date on the planet Krypton.
That's my favorite son up there, the planet Krypton.
Fun fact about him and Superman: he wasn't wearing pants during those.
Why?
Because he didn't like the costume, so they always shot him from like the waist up, so he didn't have to put on the full thing. He wasn't wearing
My
pants.
lovely
So
wife.
it's like he's doing an
You
online
two feel
interview.
the breeze behind the, the breeze between the D's.
You see that? Here's the thing that's happened so much. I've heard of companies making you stand up when you're doing
I
a
said
Skype
to you-
interview, so that they can tell if you're wearing pants and thus taking it seriously.
I send them you, my only son.
For God's sakes, Joe, put some pants on.
So like the tank. I
We've
know
seen it before.
I know we've seen it before. It's just like in this level, it ascends to a new level of crazy, because you have these frickin' Arkham Knight Batmobile sections where you just have to take down a bajillion tanks and enemies. It's great.
Would Luigi be Jason Todd then?
There are just some times when Mario Odyssey gets tired of being a platformer and decides it wants to be something else, and you just
Yeah.
roll with it.
It's very weird.
Wish the targeting reticle for the tank was a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have to.
I need a crosshairs. That's what I need. Like when it comes to shooting.
You kind of have to
anything, I just need
visually
crosshairs.
ballpark where the middle of the circle is, and you know some people will find that harder to do than others. I don't have
And
any
the projectile
trouble.
is pretty big, and it does have splash damage. It's it's a minor thing.
So like, there's another vehicle in this level though. I don't know if you can get
The
it in the
Vespa?
rainy day section, but like the scooter, the
I
freaking
lo-
scooter.
I love how everyone made such a big deal out of that. It's like Mario's been driving things since 1992. This isn't new.
Yeah, but this time he is the No, you can't
Oh,
become.
no,
No,
you
you
just
no,
ride on
you,
top
you
of it.
just
Can't-
drive it.
You can't become the scooter, although that would be great.
You can drive. You can drive the scooter upstairs though, and you have to do this to get a moon because there's
Yeah.
like a special parking space that someone
On
has
top
set
of a
up
building.
on top of a building, specifically for scooters. So you have to drive up the stairs to get your scooter to it. Oh man.
I do like
That's-
the Bowser's theme they're playing for this section.
This is Bowser's theme?
Yeah, it's a remix of it.
Huh? Is it this theme from Odyssey or?
I think it's more. Yeah, it's more or less.
Okay, because I didn't recognize it.
It's a very slowed down version of it.
I think this is the rooftop where the parking
Yeah.
spot will be set up actually.
Eventually, yes.
And of course there are scooter sections in the sky. The scooter is fun to use.
It's okay. It's not the greatest vehicle ever.
The best thing, though, about the city is that once the open world opens up, the little boingy elastic springboard things that you can latch onto with the hat and launch yourself with are really fun.
Well, there
It's
are
all-
other levels too. So
Yeah, but this is also one of the only levels in the game with once after this nighttime section with no enemies in it at all.
it has no enemies. One of the main reasons why I'm not a fan of this level overall. This section is fine because it's a bit more platform heavy based on how it's set up, but once you get into it, there's no unique captures in New Donk.
You can become the letters.
That don't do anything.
Yeah, they can waddle, man.
It's one of those.
You can
for
be a
game-
taxi cab.
and it just transitions you to a different area. You don't actually drive as a taxi.
Well, there is one unique capture, but it's not a capture in the traditional sense, since it's not an enemy and you're not using it to explore or solve puzzles or anything. It's the RC car guy. You control the RC car by
But
possessing the guy who has the remote
yeah,
control.
but
in
there's
his
nothing about gameplay or the actual act of possession that does anything. It could have just as
Yeah.
easily been, oh, you want to give it a try? Here's the controller, you know?
Yeah, it could have just as easily been a prompt, and they made it a capture because why the fuck not? It's fun.
Yeah, it's just for a game designed around the capture and exploring the possibilities with that. It's really disappointing that an entire level basically doesn't view any of it.
I always wanted to rob someone of their destiny.
Oh, he's
It
been
kinda-
doing that the whole game, Mario.
It kind of strikes me that, like, maybe the tanks were supposed to be unique to New Donk City because they seem to fit the aesthetic here better than they do.
But
the
then
other
they
level.
appear in the Wooded Kingdom before
Yeah,
this, so...
it kind of like later on in development they realized that they wanted New Donk to be relatively peaceful after story stuff has been finished. And they couldn't have the tanks just rolling around on the street because they wanted pedestrians there. So they put them in another level so that there would always be tanks around so that you could complete your capture log.
Yeah, because it is possible to get through this without the tank as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It's...
Oh no, they've got a tank in one of the side areas, so they didn't need to necessarily do that.
Yeah. It's just one of the quite a few problems I have with New Donk overall, but we'll get to that when we get to the level proper.
you know,
Open the world proper.
I feel that, but at the same time, New Donk City is kind of like just a really fun level to explore for me, and that kind of makes up for it.
It's banking entirely on, hey, Mario's in a realistic city with realistic people. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but I mean, it works.
That's novelty value, but I just mean from a stage design standpoint, I like it as a fun level to explore and free run around and just generally mess around in sandbox style.
It's one of the only
So-
levels in the game with a lot of verticality, so it makes you
And
really
that
feel
doesn't-
like you're exploring a 3D space.
It's
which
all
is fun.
yeah, and it's also a good level to prompt players to really start to get the hang of their different kinds of jumps.
Yeah, wall jumping, triple
sort of,
jumping,
but
all sorts
Mario
of
isn't
stuff.
entirely equipped for big vertical sections. He jumps, but he's not, say, ironically, to licensed properties, Batman or Spider-Man, who are much more equipped for zipping up quickly. Because if you fall off a building or get a bit discombobulated, you kind of have to walk around a lot of things to find the spots where it's designed to let you up, rather than just go
Well,
up
they
yourself.
have so many. They have so many zip lines up that I never really had a problem.
Not
with
as many, not
points.
as many as you'd think.
I never had a problem with it.
I never did either, but I kind of see what Ryan's saying. Like, sometimes you might just land in a bad spot. At the same time, though, I never really fell down all that much, so...
When you're trying to find those last goddamn purple coins, you will.
Well, that's more of an issue with the game itself. We've talked about this in passing before.
I
but
feel I feel it's at its absolute worst in, unfortunately.
it's because because again it's a very vertical level. That means that it exponentially increases the amount of reasonably explorable area.
Yeah, and it's very condensed, which means if your camera isn't just positioned right, you're not going to see things.
It also makes missing purple coins in New Dog more punishing, considering how far you fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this is more of an issue with the game itself, where they have that feature in the game, but it's locked behind the Bowser amiibo, and I think that every other, again, like having the Bowser amiibo so that you can do it wherever, I think is fine. But there should have been somewhere in the game where you can pay someone 20 coins, 50 coins, however many coins you think it's
Just make
worth.
it hint toad for purple coins.
Yeah, basically. Like, I don't know why they don't have that in the game already. You know? Like, if I were... Like, I know that hacking the Switch is now a thing you can do. So, if I were going to hack Super Mario Odyssey, that's, like, one of the only things I would really feel like needed to be added, is a way to do that without using the amiibo. Because people don't like... Like, I mean, I know we've talked about this amiibo problem before, but, you know, if you want amiibo to be useful, you need them to do something you can't do otherwise in the game. But if you have them do something that's not otherwise available in the game, then people get whined that you're locking it behind plastic toys. So,
Well, that's essentially what it is, so...
It's DLC
That's why I like it with Breath
attached
of
to
the
a
Wild.
toy.
To me, Breath of the Wild did it right with Amiibos. You know, it just gave you extra items that you can get.
well,
in
no,
the
there are
game, in other way.
amiibo exclusive items, like all of the
Wolf Link.
Wolf Link, all of the Majora's Mask stuff. Like, I think every Zelda amiibo gets you like costumes that are related to old Zelda games.
Some of those costumes can be found in the game elsewhere, though.
Some, but not all.
I
Some,
don't
but
think
not
you
all.
can get like the Toon Link cloak or the
No, you can't get Ocarina of Time Link without the amiibo.
or the Fierce Deity outfit or any of that stuff. Like, you can get a Link cloak by getting all the shrines in that game, but you can't get like specifically the Twilight Princess one or whatever. I mean, granted, most of them look the same anyway, unless if you want
The
his
fuck was that?
Skyward Sword baggy pants, but, you know.
So, okay. Why does the inside of this building look like the outside of a building?
The architects got very lazy.
It's under construction, and it will
City
never not be under construction, like any city.
The city hall just doesn't actually have any work get done in it. There's the stage on the first floor, and then it's just all empty vertical shaft up to the top.
Ah.
Oh,
so
like every other politician. Yay!
I was about to say, so it's the White House. But okay.
Coins,
Mario, there's a Mecha Wiggler destroying the city.
coins. And I think these are the only ones to actually have names.
Wait, what do you
They're
mean?
called Pauline pennies.
Huh, I didn't know that. Like, I know that
And
if
an
you-
NPC says them. I don't think any of the other regional currency has officially names.
I know that if you pause the game, they'll tell you the description of the coins.
Man.
Like,
You know how, like, in the real world they put presidents and famous inventors on fucking currency? And in New
Like
Dog
cheese.
City, it's the city mayor who gets to be on the coins.
and she's only been mayor for like 3 days, and she's already reissued the entire currency. The economy's in ruin. Ruin, I say.